Hi, everybody. I'm Neal Ronahan, director of NintendoWorldRapport.com, and we're trying something kind of new and weird and different, and we're also doing it at about 1 o'clock in the morning my time. So if you're watching, great. But right now there's no one watching, so you're probably, if you're watching this, it's in the future. Okay, that feedback is pretty bad.
Oh, is it? Okay, hold on.
Or maybe I need to turn off my podcast voice. Go back to talking quieter.
I can plug in my headphones.
But so what we're doing?
All right, I can hear you.
All right, cool. What we're doing with this Nintendo World Rapport, it's basically going to be me, the director of Nintendo World Report, talking to other people on staff or maybe other people from the video game industry. We really don't know at this point. But joining me for the first episode of this, the pilot episode, if you will, is Zach Miller and his brother Luke.
Hi. Here, come in and say hi. Hey. He doesn't have headphones. He'll mock me from the shadows.
So I guess kind of before we get into I guess the business here, Zach, you've been with the site since what, 2007?
Either late 2006 or early 2007, yeah.
Okay, and what how did you get to Nintendo World Report? Why are you writing shit here? Period.
Yeah, I'm writing shit here. Okay, so way back in the day, I used to write game reviews for Game Informer forums.
And you did that with Carl, right?
That's where I met Carl Castaneda. He was probably 12.
Yeah, Carl was about, I don't know, 8 weeks old when you met him. Yeah. I mean, I jest, but Carl's only like a year younger than me, but he started writing for Nintendo World Report at age 16, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm. What? Oh. So I met Carl. Pizza stuff got all over my keyboard.
Oh, no.
So I met Carl on the forums, and he eventually left the forums. But he emailed me one day, said, your reviews are really good. You should try out for this site that I'm writing for called Nintendo World Report. At the time, the director was Steven Rodriguez.
Yeah, Windy Man.
I said, all right, Windy Man. Windy Man wins. And I sent in a sample review. I think it was for Pokemon Pearl, maybe, if that was even out by then.
Yeah, that would have been. That was 07. So that might line up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you didn't start too long before me, because I started in March of 08. No. I know. Yeah. My sample review was the first Professor Layton game, I think.
Nice. Well, they liked mine enough that I came on immediately, and quickly I just kind of became the review guy. My first review was one of those Disney shows. It was two guys in high school.
Zach and Cody?
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh. Okay.
And it was for DS. It wasn't too bad. And my second review, actually, was the stupid Phantom Hourglass. And the only reason I got Phantom Hourglass is because the guy who was going to review it, I forget who it was, couldn't do it for whatever reason. They said, send it to the new guy. I gave it a 7.5.
And the world exploded.
World exploded. The forums went crazy. I got a few death threats. No, that's not true.
It only happened with Mario Kart games.
They don't really have Mario Kart. But no, and then I kind of became the review guy. I never really wrote news, which is weird, but I wrote a lot of features.
Well, you tried to write news. You're just terrible at it.
I'm really shitty at it.
I cannot
not comment.
Yeah, I've tried to square peg round hole you into being like, well, we could use more people writing news. Zach, how about you try it? And then you try it once. I'm like, no, Zach, you go back to writing reviews.
Never write news again. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing for 6 or 7 years, is basically writing reviews. And for a while there, I was a features editor. That dropped off when my available time really plummeted in probably 2011 or 2012 when I got all my new meds.
Yeah.
I have cystic fibrosis, so the older I get, the less time I have. during a day. That sounds fucked up.
I mean,
although it's true too.
Yeah, I mean that's true for everybody. The older I get, the less time I have. Like that's...
Yeah. No, I do a ton of meds during the day, so my involvement with the site has kind of gone down with time.
Yeah.
But I still review things once in a while. I just reviewed Puzzle and Dragons and Puzzle and Koopas.
I forgot to bring the box that as well.
It's not bad, right?
I haven't touched Puzzle and Dragons Z yet, but I've been kind of enjoying the Super Mario Brothers stuff. But it's like,
yeah,
I think you, because I edited your review, so I kind of like saw what you said before I even played it. And I think you got it right with Super Mario Brothers Edition, where like it's really fun, but it just feels kind of punitive because like I'm getting to a point at like the end of World 3 where it seems like I have to go back and just farm.
Yes.
And
have you gotten to Thwomps yet?
No, that's what I remember you bitching about that. I haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah, Thwomps kill the game.
I just think it's the kind of thing I'm going to chip away at for a while, and I'm not going to really burn through that much because it just seems like it'll be like, I don't know, pick it up, see if I can beat this level or not. Who knows? Oh, and we actually do have a viewer. We have 7 people watching. Holy shit. Someone said they liked Z better than the Mario version. I haven't...
Oh, really?
Why should I play Z right now?
Well, Z has interesting Pokemon. I say Pokemon, they're dragons, but they're Pokemon.
They do seem to resemble Pokemon. Because I did play the demo for Z back at PAX East, and it looked good. And I liked
me too.
I liked with that the way that skills were used, where it was like it seemed like
skills were
better in Z than Mario Brothers.
You can activate them far more often than Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Mario is that it feels like you have to stall to be able to use skills, and that just seems weird.
You have to survive long enough to use skills. Yeah. Z is okay. I mean, if you hit a wall in Mario, play Z because Z is much easier because of the skill thing.
Yeah. Did you end up playing Splatoon yesterday?
Yeah, baby. After the first hour. Like everybody else.
I played Splatoon today too, but it was not fraught with error like the global test fire was on
May
23rd. Yeah,
I was mad.
I was in a car.
So the first
I was just checking Twitter, and it seemed like everybody blew up.
Yeah, the first hour was no games, nobody could play. And the second hour, they actually apologized. Nintendo America apologized and said, we're extending it an hour. So then it worked. And I got to play probably 10 games. And it's a really fun game. It's really good. Although, yes, the paint roller is overpowered as fuck.
People just learn how to play around it. When people actually learn how to play, it's fine.
That's exactly what my brother just said. He said people just need to learn how to play.
I mean, it's true. Like, because I've been playing the review copy that we'll be having the review for Splatoon in 2 days, something like that. I have to write it still. We'll see how that goes. But playing the final version and playing with people online, the splat roller is really not OP at all. It's very easy. Once you know, it's just that you need to know what you're doing. Like if you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna fuck you up because you're just like, oh shit, this thing is running at me. But you just need to get high ground.
You can jump over it.
Yeah, you can kind of jump over it. You can get high ground, and then they're kind of powerless. And you also go slow when you're rolling with the roller. So.
Oh, okay. There's two things about the game that kind of rub me the wrong way. First is you can't change your equipment from the main area where it's looking for games. You have to back out, pick a new weapon, and then go back in. Why is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, and that is the same in the final version as well. Like if you are in a lobby, you have to back out of the lobby to be able to change your weapons. I mean, once it's not like there's any more steps than that. It's like, when you're in the main game, you go to like the online multiplayer area, and then you go in there, and then you enter a lobby. And if you back out to a lobby, then you go back out to that online multiplayer menu, and then you can equip from there. But it's still like especially right now where there's not that many people playing online. So it's like if I leave a match to change a weapon, I might not get back in that match for like another 20 minutes. So it's like terrifying when I'm like, all right, I got to make sure it's like I'm packing for a long winter when I go to try to play online in Splatoon. Like I'm making sure I have a gun that I can use for a while. But hopefully that'll change when, more than just people reviewing the game and a smattering of people at Nintendo have copies of the game.
I'm going to pre-buy it. Actually, I could probably do that tonight. I'm excited to get it. I'm excited to play with you.
Yeah, I'm excited to play with a lot of people. I had Jared Rosenberg from our very own NWRTV super uber video producer. If you haven't been watching his Xenoblade Chronicles X streams, you totally should. But he came over today along with our friends over at Third Rate Minion, Alex and Tony Wanskura. And we played some Splatoon. We played some Smash Brothers. We played some Virtual Boy. That was the thing that happened.
Nice. Me and Luke played Hyrule Warriors today.
That is a great game. That is a fantastic game.
It's a fun game.
Have you played any of the games?
No, I got to buy it.
Yeah, so do I. One of these days, I'm basically waiting for a rainy day, and then I know that I have like this entire second part of this game that I really loved to play.
Yeah, because there's a lot of new content.
Yeah. Like I'll be able to play as Tingle. That'll be a new thing.
I just want to play as real Midna. Twilight Midna.
Yeah. And I think we had our predictions as to like who would that be, who would the DLC, and I think we got pretty accurate. Like
we did.
Like Tweelim and
we had Daruni on there. We had Twilight Midna.
Yeah, Tingle. I know Tingle. I've been beating the drum for Tingle for a very long time. That sounds really dirty.
Beating the Tingle drum.
So any other games you've been playing?
Yeah, New Leaf. I've been playing a lot of New Leaf.
Oh yeah, because you got that as one of the
that was my platinum reward. And I found that game is really just sell fruit, get bells, pay off your stuff. Like pay off either your house or pay off whatever the town project is right now. And man, nobody else contributes to those town projects. The little
sons of bitches.
Ginoid will be like, we've raised $1,400 out of $20,000. Please contribute. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to. Otherwise, we're never going to get this coffee shop.
Well, you're the mayor, man. You got to do that. You got to pull out a pocket.
People need to. I need to start raising taxes or something.
Seems like a pretty busted ass economy in Animal Crossing. Seems very unfair.
Yeah.
How does are there taxes? Is there a public works fund? No. It's
that's what I wonder. Yeah.
The mayor goes out and goes to an island and like gets back a lot of rare bugs and then sells them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the funniest thing to me about that game. Kind of the meta game is you go to this tropical island where the natives are living. You take all their shit and you sell it to the mainlanders for much more than it's actually worth.
I mean, this would be a terrible game. It would be a terrible game, but what if there was like an Animal Crossing game with a real economy?
I like that.
Like that would be kind of amusing.
I just got the club today.
Cool.
I guess. What do you do there? Watch concerts.
You can go dance, watch concerts.
Yay!
I mean, dude, KK Flyer DJs. It's insane.
I saw that. Red sold me a fake painting. I wanted to bash his head in.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. But no, that's a fun game. But otherwise, I haven't been. I don't know. I haven't been playing a whole lot. I got Assassin's Creed Paris. I put no time into it at all.
Was that Unity? Is that the Paris one?
Yeah, it was on sale.
It's not that good of a game.
It's okay.
No, it's really not that great.
Luke's saying it's not that great. Oh, you can hear him.
Yeah,
you guys can hear Luke. Yeah.
Black Flag is a far superior game from a storytelling.
I want to play that
from a traveling standpoint.
Neal, do you have Black Flag on Wii U? Because I do.
No, is it worth getting?
It's virtually unplayable because the frame rate is so terrible.
Oh, yeah, no.
Every time you move the camera around,
we gotta get Patrick Barnett's pansy ass on here because I think he reviewed Black Flag very, very favorably for our very fine website. And if this frame rate is apparently that bad, then
I stopped playing it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I've been kind of bored by the Assassin's Creed games for a long time. I tried to play 3. I got that when it came out on Wii U, and then
I got
just
it 2 for $8.
realized I didn't care about those games anymore. Like I enjoyed 1, I enjoyed 2, and then nothing else has really caught my fancy.
Because they're not any different. They're just more stupid things to find.
So
like the Unity map is filled with crap that I don't care about. But anyway, what is funny is I say that I play Puzzle and Dragons once in a while, but I marathoned that game yesterday while I marathoned Daredevil.
we have someone in
like
the
I
chat
watched the rest of Daredevil.
Flip Video Freak is saying that he doesn't remember frame rate issues on the Wii U version at all. So maybe you're just having, maybe you just have all the luck, you know.
Maybe there's a patch that I'm unaware of.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
So
I'll
Daredevil.
try again.
I still haven't finished Daredevil, but tell me what you thought of the Daredevil Netflix show.
It is incredible. It is the best superhero show I've ever seen.
You haven't watched The Flash yet, though.
Oh, that's true. I need to watch that. I do need to watch
man.
The Flash.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, I'm like...
The Flash seems like maybe it's the light and airy version of Daredevil, maybe, because Daredevil's super dark.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, I've been liking Daredevil, but there is a part of me that, like, I feel like I kind of know how it's going to play out already. And there's a part of me that's, like, not that excited to see how it's played out, even though it's probably going to be just as good as everything that I've watched.
Yeah.
But it does feel like, and I've seen some people make comments about this, because the original, like, the original showrunner, Drew Goddard, he only worked on the first 2 episodes, and he's like a huge Daredevil fan, and he left to go work on, I think he's going to be working on the Spider-Man standalone movie, like the next one. Like he was doing stuff, yeah, he was doing stuff in the Spider universe. That's why he left working on Daredevil.
The one with Butterfield.
Yeah.
Which I disagree with that casting, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm willing to see it. Like with a lot of casting, I don't like getting mad about it right away because I don't see the point. I'd rather like see what they try to do with it and then make a judgment.
Yeah.
Like Affleck is Batman. Like he looks fine.
Yeah, he looks fine.
I have way bigger issues with what I've seen of Batman versus Superman, but Affleck is not one of them.
No, he's maybe the best part of that movie so far.
If he's given crappy material, then that's not his fault. Like even Batman and Robin is a terrible movie. I don't really think Clooney did anything wrong. He was just given shit to work with.
Yeah, agreed. But Daredevil, I mean, have you gotten to you've gotten to D'Onofrio, right?
Yeah, no, he's aces as the Kingpin. I think that Charlie Cox's Daredevil was awesome. Like all the casting is great. It's just that I can totally see and understand that it's like there was a dude who was super passionate about this thing and he worked on the first 2 episodes and then he left. Because it's kind of hard to say that it seems like those first 2 episodes are so good, and then everything else is kind of like still good, but like you're more riding the high of how good those first 2 episodes were than like continuing to one up. Like it's at least as far as what I've seen, it's been slowly petering out. And
I will say
talking
that
to other people, that's what I've heard the whole kind of series is. But even still, it's like petering out is like the last episode's still very good. It's just not as good as the beginning.
Well, I think the show's problem is towards the end of the show, the last few episodes, it's like a conclusion is coming, but man, it's a rushed conclusion.
Yeah.
Like they really drag it out, and then oh my god, we have to end the series or end the season.
So
that's my only real problem with it.
I got tweeted at by the guy at PAX East who won our Smash Brothers tournament and got a John Lindemann worn T-shirt.
Nice.
He says that he likes Z better than Mario, so maybe I have to try Z.
Yeah, you should try Z.
Yeah, I mean, I totally will. Like it's rare. It's just that I didn't want to start both games at once. I kind of wanted to like play one, and then when I get stuck in one, go play the other.
Yeah. How do I? Do I just send people No, just go to NWR. Just go to the YouTube channel. Oh, okay. Yeah. Luke wants to watch it. So I like it. I do want to start Flash though. That's on my queue. The tough part is me. The hard part about any show for me is we have one TV, and my wife and I have completely opposite tastes in shows. I want to watch Flash, and she wants to watch. She wants to watch Kardashians.
But does she like soap opera bullshit?
She likes Desperate Housewives.
Okay.
And Real Housewives.
I don't know if the Flash is quite that level, but like, I mean, the Flash is still a CW show. Like, as much as I think that the first season of the Flash, which just wrapped up, I think it's one of my favorite seasons of television one of my favorite seasons of television ever. There's definitely a lot of like drama on it. Like where
that's what kind of killed Arrow for me.
But she's dating a detective who the detective is partners with her dad, and I live with her dad, and all that stuff. It's still really good.
That's what kind of killed Arrow for me, because there's a lot of that in the first season of Arrow.
Yeah, this is way better than anything Arrow has done, and I like Arrow a lot. Don't get me wrong, but this is like the Flash is better than Arrow on every level.
Yeah, I want to watch the Flash real bad, so I gotta, like, my wife's in Kasilof right now, camping with some friends. So that's why I was
where is that in the grand scheme of the big state that is of Alaska?
So there's a south, where all the peninsulas are at the lower part of the state.
Yeah.
So Kasilof is on the way to, well, it's pretty near Seward. You guys were in Seward.
Okay,
right?
yeah. That's where we actually my parents are going on an Alaskan cruise. I think they're probably on a boat right now.
They're going to Juneau and two other places.
Ketchikan.
But Ketchikan, right?
Crap.
I
know they're going to be going through Glacier Bay. They're doing because when I did it, I just went south to like northward or whatever. They're going the whole round trip.
Okay. Yeah. So if you start in Seward and you go up the road you can go to Anchorage. You can turn off and go to Homer. And if you go to Homer, there's a turnoff on that road to go to Kasilof. It's on the ocean. There is nothing to do there. Absolutely nothing to do except fish.
So
in fact, we looked at the forecast, and it was going to be raining in the high of 50 the whole time they're there.
So how's the weather in Alaska right now? At least where you are.
Real good. Anchorage is real good. It's getting into the mid to high 60s, which I know that sounds cold, but it's warm for us. And it's the last 2 days. It's been kind of drizzly off and on, but it's real warm normally. It's nice.
Now, as as someone who, at least up until I ended up, taking that Alaskan cruise and then visiting you for a few days, for people who might not know what the hell it's like being in Alaska or why you would even be in Alaska, why are you even in Alaska outside of being?
I was going there. Well, Gina has a real good job at Alaska Pacific University, and I have a real good job at the company I work for. I don't know how much I should say. Government contracting.
Because you do you're technical writing is what you do by day.
Basically, I'm a contract writer and reviewer, contract specialist.
So reviewing games by night, contracting by day.
Government contracts by day. Oh my God, you can see me on your phone. Right. But yeah, so I review things all the time. But we both have good jobs, but Gina's working on her dissertation for a PhD, and as soon as she gets that, the plan is to start sending out resumes to schools in the lower 48, and when she gets a bite, they'll leave.
In New Jersey, right? You coming here?
Hey, why not? Hey, wherever she gets a bite, man.
Yeah. That's
although
to
be honest, I'd like to live somewhere where snow is not an issue because I've had enough snow for a while.
That's very true. You guys deal with a lot of that crap.
Northern California is a possibility.
Yeah, no, I've heard that's beautiful. That's I haven't been to that area before. I kind of would like to. Unfortunately, I've only been
not in a drought.
Yeah, I guess I've only been to the heavily populated, shitty areas of California,
me
like
too,
LA and
actually.
San Francisco.
Yeah, I've never been to San Francisco. I've always wanted to go there.
I mean, like it's nice, but I think it's getting more and more like kind of overpopulated to an extent, and really, really expensive. And LA, like LA, where I mean, I basically go to
LA is a shithole.
I go there for E3.
Pretty
So
much.
the area where E3 is, for people who don't know, is a shithole. Like,
yes, it is.
Were you? Oh no, you weren't there last year. So last year we, I think it was an accessory company. I want to say Nyko, and they had like a party at a barcade. So where our hotel was, it was like, oh, it's like a 15-minute walk. This sounds great. And Jared had been to that barcade the night before and was like, it's not a bag walk at all, and he did it by himself. So we walk. It's like a half an hour walk, and we're walking through Skid Row, and I saw a man poop on the side of the road.
Nice.
And like I know that like the people in Skid Row, they deal with a lot of stuff there, and there's a reason why there's a lot of homeless people in the Skid Row area. But like I didn't. Maybe we shouldn't have walked that. We did end up getting someone back after that, so that was good because we were there late. I was drinking. That didn't seem like a good idea. They had a duck hunt machine though, an arcade one.
Oh, really?
That was fun. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are foregoing the hotel this year, right?
Yeah, we are for E3 this year. Or at least some of us are renting a house. Actually,
nice.
to where Michael TYP Cole lives, which is a little farther out, but we'll have cars. We'll be ready to do the caravan in.
Awesome.
But it's going to be good internet. That's
the important thing. I remember every time, both times I've been to E3, that hotel had like the shittiest internet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the first time you were there, we were in like that fucking shitty Clarion hotel.
Corner room.
Yeah.
No, we were in the same hotel.
I went to the pool that year, though. That was nice. That was when we got on the last night.
That's right. I forgot there's a pool.
Yeah, the pool was
That's right. It was a different hotel. It was not as far of a hike from that hotel. That was actually a pretty nice hotel.
No, dude, you have a colored perception. That hotel was more than a mile away from the convention center.
Compared to the hotel in 2012.
No, man,
which looked like it was falling apart.
Okay, no, okay. The quality of the Stillwell Hotel is definitely up for debate. But as far as the walk, like it was a 15-minute walk to the convention center. It really wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'll defend that aspect of it. I won't defend much else. But the first year we were there, the Wi-Fi was actually really good.
Okay.
That might have been the first.
I remember. My favorite thing about 2009 E3 was we were all tired. It was the end of the day. We were walking back, trying to find a place to eat, and we just happened upon a Pizza Hut in a neighborhood. And were you there for this?
No. That was I was one of the few people that went to the Nintendo of America party that night.
Right. I remember that.
Lauren was with us. Natasha Bedingfield. She was playing a DS and then playing music.
Is it? I don't even know what that means. No, Lauren wasn't there with us. She didn't go to E3. But
no, she did go to E3. That was the year. That was when I proposed to my wife after E3.
Right. That was awesome.
Well, I mean, I guess she wasn't my wife now. She wasn't my wife then. She is now. But I did because she was basically when I told her I was like, I'm going to go to E3. We were in college. We were dating. And then she was like, can I go? If you're going to LA, I kind of want to go too. So then she started writing for the site. Nepotism, yeah.
Nice.
And then I mean, she pulled her weight. She did her job.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of work, a lot of fun. And then at the end of that, I'm like, well, you put up with this bullshit for a couple days. Maybe I should lock that down.
Yeah. So we got to this Pizza Hut in a neighborhood that was, we didn't even really know where the hotel was from here, but we got pizzas to go, and the Pizza Hut intake counter was like an inner city bank where there's a glass panel and a speaker. Yeah.
There was one time in Philadelphia that I went to see the band Anamanaguchi. this was like before they did the whatchamacallit, before they had that one album that was pretty big, before they were in Bit Trip Runner supplying music for that, before they did the Scott Pilgrim versus the World soundtrack. It was like I had a friend of mine who, this is how I heard about this band, is that I just had a friend of mine who was like, hey, they're playing in Philly, they're a chiptune band, want to go? And I'm like, sure. And it was in like some dude's basement, like one of those shows.
I remember. Yeah, I remember you telling us this.
So then went down to the basement, and we figured, all right, I guess let's try to get beer. And we asked the person there, like, is there any? They were like, no, we can't sell you alcohol. I'm like, yeah, that does make sense. We're in a basement. They're like, but there's a liquor store at the corner. So we walk, and it was like not exactly the corner. It was a very far walk away, but it was one of those things where like, the people at the counter were behind like bulletproof glass. You had to put your money, you had to put your booze that you were going to buy like into a thing, and then they, would shut your side, open their side, and then they'd charge you, and you'd have to put the money there. We just got a bunch of 40s and then drank them, and then went back to the concert. Nice. They blew the power in the basement though. They have a song called Blackout City, and they started playing that song, and then everything went into a blackout, and it was perfect.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah,
you can drive to Philly, can't you?
Yeah, totally. Especially now. Back then, was I in college then? I don't know. I think I was still living at home, and even then, Philly was like a half an hour, 40-minute drive. And it's about the same now.
I don't know anything about the East Coast.
Yeah, it's all a lot closer than you think. I drove to Delaware the other day, and that wasn't that far.
There's some places on the East Coast you can't drive.
I don't know how far a drive it is.
Yeah.
You can still drive there.
I've gone there twice in my life.
Yeah,
so it's
both in Boston, which. But like, yeah, I drove through. Zach, this will blow your mind. I drove through 3 states on Saturday.
Like this. Yesterday?
Yeah, because I was in Jersey, and I drove through part of Pennsylvania, and then I went to Delaware.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why?
That's not that impressive. That's like an hour and a half drive. No, we went to, Lauren and I went to a brewery in Delaware. We went to Dogfish Head, and like kind of spent the day in that area.
See, up here, a 3-hour drive will get you to...
Nowhere.
Homer. No, I'm not Homer. Seward. You'll get in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And if you drive 6 hours north, you'll get to Fairbanks.
That's far.
6
hours for me
is big.
I was gonna say 6 hours for me that's the Boston drive, and that goes through Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts. And I could probably, without going too far out of my way, actually no, there is a route where I could go through Rhode Island as well. I could probably, for shits and giggles, take a half an hour detour and go to Pennsylvania.
I know you guys hate that drive too.
Well, it's not that bad.
Once you hit the Boston area, it just gets terrible.
Yeah, I mean, usually whenever we hit it, it's the Boston area gets a little backed up, and then coming out of Jersey. We also drove out of a blizzard this year. So
that's
fun.
Yeah, for those who don't know, PAX was in March, and when the plane landed in Boston, people were riding tauntauns outside.
Yeah,
it was just brutal.
Boston got annihilated.
Boston got more snow this year than Anchorage did, by like an order of magnitude. We had a really light winter,
and we had the Jersey area got hit pretty hard. But it's just like every time we'd get hit by a snowstorm, it would be like, oh yeah, we got like 6 inches, and Boston would be like, we got 14.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, oh, we got 3 inches. They're like, we got 20. I'm like, oh God, glad I'm not there.
Fine. Way to be a one downer, Boston.
So what else? So we talked about games. I don't know if there's anything else, except for Virtual Boy Wario Land is still very, very good. That's a thing.
Dude, that game is amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I want to find Mario Clash. I know that's pretty.
I have Mario Clash. I'll go get the Virtual Boy and I'll put it up right there, and then you can do it vicariously. I'll try to play it backwards
through the slide size screens.
Yeah, because at the end of June, at the end of June at a video game convention outside of Philadelphia. Me and the twins over at Third Rate Minion, along with I think Addison Webb might be making the trip up as well. We're going to be talking about the Virtual Boy to celebrate its 20th anniversary.
Nice. So you'll have to because Nintendo forgot it. So maybe you're ignoring it.
I mean, maybe it's a big E3 thing. Maybe they're going to be like, oh, for the
Virtual Console
anniversary, Virtual Console Boy.
I would buy those games on Virtual Console.
I would probably buy all of them. Like, oh no, maybe not the golf one. That's pretty bad.
So is the tennis one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Avengers.
Let's talk about a movie we've been meaning to talk about for a long. Yeah, Avengers.
Yeah.
So good.
It's been like a month since I saw that movie. It sounds crazy.
Spoiler alert: we're going to spoil the fuck out of the Avengers.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Spoiler. Yeah. Heroes 1. I know it's a shock. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. I need to kind of recall it more because we've been kind of putting this off for a very long time to kind of talk about it. Bring back our Zach and Neal at the movies segment from Connectivity Days of Yore.
Did you like it better than the first one?
I think so.
Because I did definitely.
Yeah, like
Ultron is a much better villain.
With Ultron, like I didn't understand at first why he was being so jokey all the time. And then it dawned on me, and I think they drove home the point pretty well with the Ulysses Claw scene where Ultron quotes Tony Stark, and Ulysses Claw points it out, and then Ultron freaks out, and then it's like, oh, okay. The reason why Ultron is like jokey and everything is because he's got some Tony Stark in him, and it is the whole fathers and sons thing, and
I thought that could have been played up a lot more.
Yeah, and I think there was still outside of that one scene, I don't think it was really that evident, and I think that kind of might have been why people were a little sour on the Ultron character because he was never that menacing. He was always kind of like tongue in cheek to an extent. Like, yes, he did want to basically like make humans extinct and blow up the world and everything, but he'd still like always crack a joke. But that's just because he was Tony Stark in robot form. He was a cold Tony Stark, and I thought that worked very, very well. I thought Vision was great. Outside of the dumb accents, I liked Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver a lot. I love everything they did with Hawkeye. I'm so glad of what they did with Hawkeye, and the only disheartening thing is that it kind of ruins the chances of the Matt Fraction Hawkeye appearing because it seems like they're kind of pitching him in a different way. And the only way you're going to get him out of that way is immense tragedy, and I don't want to see that. I like Linda Cardellini.
No. Yeah. The only thing I like the whole movie. There wasn't anything that I disagreed with. I even thought, you probably feel the same way. I feel like the Black Widow controversy is stupid, and I thought her character I thought her character was fine, portrayed fine. Give her some history; it doesn't matter. And I did like what a lot of people complained about what they did with Hawkeye. Like that shouldn't have been in the movie. And I like.
Oh, you just cut out a little bit. I think you froze. Oh shit! I'm by myself. Oh no. Well. There's a cat. This is what happens when you leave me to my own devices. This might be the end of the show. I guess maybe we'll give Zach a little bit longer, and then I'm probably going to pull the plug. Zach, where did you go? This is a shovel knight thing. I got a pack. See, he's got a shovel. This is terrible. I'll go get the Splatoon amiibos over there. I could show that off. All right. So everybody, thank you for watching the first episode of Nintendo World Rapport. I'm your host for the show, Neal Ronahan. And maybe Zach will come back in a minute, but I think I'm still going to wrap this up. I mean, we were basically going to talk about Avengers more. Maybe that just faded that we can't talk about Avengers anymore. But this was the first pilot episode of Nintendo World Rapport. We're probably going to do a few more of these before E3, and then maybe even do one like with people in the E3 place that we're staying at, which might be cool. But next week's guest is going to be Nintendo World Report's reviews editor, Brian Rose. And as long as that all scheduling works out, we'll probably talk to him about his dual life as a wrestling writer, in addition to whatever he's doing for the site in the next week, which I think he might be reviewing some Minecraft games on eShop. So that might be interesting, maybe. And maybe we can like talk about WrestleMania or whatever you kids with wrestling talk about. So leave us any feedback. You can do that by hitting me up on Twitter at Enron10, NRON10, and let me know what you thought of this and like the kind of free-flowing conversation thing, talking about games, talking about life, talking about where we're from, what we do, etc., etc. You can also leave feedback in the comments on the YouTube page. I will look at those, probably respond, as long as you're not a shithead. And then you can also email me at nealr@nintendoworldreport.com if you want to kind of, let us know, let me know about this, and I'll probably respond to that too. So thank you very much for watching if you got to this point, and sorry for the abrupt end. We'll just have to have Zach on again, which Zach's got some damn stories, guys, and I hope you enjoyed what you heard. So thanks for watching or listening.